Hey y'all, it's Ryan. So it has really warmed up here, which makes me feel all of the island vibes and makes me really want to be on a beach right now. But I can't yet. So we are going to travel to a beach in today's illustration. So grab your drawing tools and let's get to it. So for our water drop line art today, the first things I'm going to do, I'm going to come into my layers, click the plus sign to add a new layer, turn off my background. I have my reference picture down here in the bottom just so I can use it as a good idea of where I placed all of my items on my canvas. I'm going to come into my actions, and on canvas I'm going to turn on drawing guide. If you do not have the symmetry drawing guide, go ahead and click edit drawing guide and then select symmetry. In my layer, make sure it says assisted. So I'm going to stick with Monoline for this piece. I'm going to turn my brush size up to about 60. And so because I have assisted on, whatever I do on one side will be done on the other. So I'm going to start in the center up at the top, and I'm just going to draw a curved line down and around to form my teardrop. Okay. So now I need to fill that with white. Click the plus sign for a new layer and make it a clipping mask. So for this, I'm going to start with the sun, the circle for my sun. I am still on Monoline, but I'm going to turn my brush size down to about 12 to 13%. And I start with my sun because it is in the middle of my picture. So on this clipping mask, make sure it's not assisted. Oops, let me change my color back to black. Draw a circle. Okay. Move that up a bit. Now I'm going to work on drawing the lines for the water down at the bottom. Now because it's a clipping mask, whatever I draw over here, you're not going to see because it's off of my object. But I like starting off of that layer just so you don't see a clear break between where I start and stop. So there's my water. Then I'm just going to draw half a circle for the island. That's centered more, actually. There we go. I like that better. Okay. There's the little island. And then I'm going to draw my two palm trees that are sitting on top of my island. One is going to curve up and to the right, or up to the left, and the other is up to the right. So I'm going to start by just drawing a curved line up and to the left. Start wide and then go narrow up at the top for one tree. I'm going to do the same thing over to the right. Start wide and go narrow. Now because this is line art, I'm going to come back in with my eraser and erase the sun. Just because when I do these kinds of drawings, I do like to print them out and then I can turn them into coloring pages. So you want to make sure that where things are overlapping, you can't tell. Okay. So next I'm going to work on my leaves for the palm trees. So I'm going to start by drawing the top of the leaf over for each one, and then I'll come back in and do those jagged lines. For the actual leaves. Okay. Do the same thing over here. So for the palm tree leaves, if you see, it's very much just a jagged kind of curved line in. So I'm going to make the top part curved. I'm going to curve back under and back out and then back in. Now they're not perfect, but when I see them, I know exactly what it is I'm aiming to draw. So just like with my sun, this one. I'm going to come in with the eraser and erase that overlapping piece. Okay. So come over to my other one and do the same steps. Now for this one, I'm actually going to be mostly off of my canvas outside of that clipping mask. Even though that's the case, I still like to draw where it would be outside of it, just because it's easier for me instead of trying to worry about where it would start, finish, or anything like that. Like the last time I did a line art video, I like doing these just as a quick and easy drawing, just to kind of start my day and still practice drawing, something that I enjoy doing. Okay. So now I'm going to add in the clouds and the birds in the background. Still using my monoline brush. Again, starting off screen to start a curved line for the cloud, and then coming on to my screen, onto my canvas. And then for the birds, it's just going to be 2 curved lines. So the last few things that I'm going to add, I'm going to come in and do lines on my palm trees. I'm going to turn my brush size down to about 6, and I'm just going to add in the lines to both sides of my palm trees. You can group a couple together, you can do one by itself, totally up to you. Okay, and then the last detail is I'm going to, add different size dots into the island. So sticking with the small size first, I'm just going to group dots together. I'm going to turn my brush size up to 13. Oops. And add some more. And then bump that up again to 25 and add a few more of these larger dots just to fill up space, but again also just to add different size sand particles really into the island. Okay, so now I'm going to turn off my reference and my drawing guide. And from here you can do a couple of things. One, you can leave it just as it is if you like how this looks. Your second option is to come into this first layer. I'm going to change my ink to white, and I'm going to fill in, there we go, the outline of the water droplet shape that I made. Now I'm going to fill the inside with black. I'm going to come to this layer. I'm going to change my color back to white and click select. Then I can change my background to black, and what we did really pops off of our canvas. Or if you rather just have like this, that's totally cool too. Thank you so much for drawing with me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and click the bell so you're notified when new videos are posted. Hope to see you soon!